Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Monday, June 2nd, 2014. Benjamin Fulford has a blog, his weekly blog out. Pope Francis pushes for one world religion as Western elite hits the panic button. And interesting blog for this week, and it does feel as if there's just an ongoing intensification of conflict and just a press of people like us for freedom, and press from the Bilderbergers and the cabal to continue to dominate us. And more and more it appears that we're going to be free. Here's the first paragraph. During his recent trip to the Middle East, Pope Francis was able to get agreement from Muslim and Jewish authorities for a unified monotheism, but was unable to convince the Orthodox Christians, according to P2 Freemason sources. So, thank you, Orthodox Christians. And I don't think that just means, it might just mean Greek Orthodox, but probably all of us who just, don't want to become a part of that. David Wilcock also has a new blog out. This came out a couple days ago. I just learned about it yesterday. White hats go public on car hacking by remote control. And most of us are aware that since 2008, there are devices in cars that permit them to be remote controlled. But now, so that people had leaked information since July of last year. Nearly a year later, a group calling themselves White Hats has proven this can be done in a 12-minute video with Motherboard that just went viral on dig.com. It is very important that we inform ourselves and spread the truth as it becomes available. By participating in this mass disclosure ourselves, we are helping to ensure a positive outcome. So yeah, this is solid information that you can share with people and let them know this is going on. And there's a reference here to Michael Hastings, the Rolling Stone reporter who was in a car crash, and certainly strong indication that his vehicle was remotely controlled. From Infowars.com, White House launches propaganda at troll level. And there's information here that indicates that the White House has been, Putin sponsors terrorism. Just propaganda that's being put out by the White House. And it's just so crucial. And I know I say this often, it's so crucial for all of us to filter all the information that comes through to us very carefully, and to be as wise as serpents, and just not buy into this stuff. Certainly not trust the mainstream media, but even in doing Google searches, or even some other search engine that references, that draws from Google, can't be relied upon to find the truth. From Natural News, harmful flame retardant chemicals found in every preschool tested in California. And I have a few articles here about toxins in our environment. Another from Natural News, chemical exposure during fetal development to blame for autism. And it's very difficult to be free of these toxins in public and even in our homes. We have to be really actively aware of what is toxic in order to get rid of it. Here is an article from Activist Post. New study shows why Roundup herbicide, in other words glyphosate, should be banned. A growing body of research indicates that Roundup herbicide and its metabolite, AMPA, are vastly more toxic than the public is being told. Activist sentiment aside, the scientific research itself increasingly points to banning this herbicide as the only logical solution. And of course, a lot of GMOs are modified so that they won't be killed by glyphosate. From the VATIC project, Toxic Mold Epidemic in America, courtesy of our foreign occupying country. And this is an article actually that was referenced from Veterans Today. Wisconsin state employee Kim Cluck terrorizes whistleblower Dr. William Croft letter to FBI Director James Comey. This is the second article I have written with Dr. William Croft, a whistleblower on mycotoxins and the effects of the toxic mold epidemic in America. Dr. Croft is now suffering the injustices that come with blowing the whistle on the insurance industry. And this is by Stu Webb, who, quite honestly, I don't always trust. But, I myself have noticed a lot more black mold around than when I was a young woman. So I do, I'm not absolutely sure of all this, but I think it's entirely possible that this is true. From Truth Theory, How Reality TV Promotes Sadistic Behavior. And there is a video here, but my Flash player has crashed. The Hunger Games series explores a society where reality television has pushed the limits on the human condition. How far is this from our own society? Lacey explores the effects of, quote, reality, end quote, on television. There seems to be this cycle that, kind of like monkey see, monkey do, like people see something on television and it's considered, if not completely acceptable behavior, at least, a part of the human experience. And then, people begin to practice that behavior and even kick it up a notch. And then that goes on reality TV, and it just creates this cycle that can tend to drag us all down and, encourages people to go to the lowest common denominator. From Sherry Questioning All, I have a couple of articles about finance that really seem significant. Own stocks and bonds, think they are yours through your broker? You are wrong. Fed Reserve, aka DTCC, is the owner of all stocks traded. You are a beneficiary of your stocks unless they decide you are not. MF Global theft of billions now makes sense. And this is really remarkable information, just of how the system has functioned and continues to function to rob people of wealth that is rightfully ours. From the Daily Sheeple, the velocity of money in the U.S. falls to an all-time record low. And of course, velocity of money is velocity. It's the same thing that, it's the speed. And in the case of money, it's the speed at which money changes hands. And that has fallen to an all-time record low. That means that people aren't making purchases, people aren't selling things, people aren't making as much money for their work. And this is a kind of a bad harbinger of certainly not of growth and good things. It just shows that there is a real contraction in our economy. From the Daily Caller, stop messing with internet businesses. Yeah, please. The United States leads the world in the commercialization of the internet. This is not only good for the investors and employees of internet companies. We all benefit as these entrepreneurs pay taxes, create jobs, and provide services. Today we buy and sell cars online, and groceries, and books, and computers, and plane tickets. More, we turn to the web to find answers to just about all of our questions. Across the board, the internet is one big economic bright spot in the U.S., creating new opportunities and enhancing our lives. But backward government policies threaten these innovative new businesses and the internet freedoms we all enjoy. Just a little reminder here of what's going on with, interestingly enough, I've heard some people say that they were trying to make deals and they weren't allowed to because that would be against the antitrust laws. And these are just small maybe a couple $1 billion businesses. And at the same time, Comcast is looking at buying Time Warner, and for whatever strange reason, that's not considered to be in opposition of antitrust laws. And I read an article a couple weeks ago, which I don't think I included in the 99th Monkey News video, stating that internet companies are very soon going to charge what they consider to be extra heavy users extra for their internet service. And, so if you upload a lot of videos, do a lot of work online, you may find yourself paying extra, especially people who, what they call cord cutters, who don't watch cable. And again, cutting the cord, not watching cable, watching Netflix, watching YouTube, other Amazon, watching other subscriptions like that, services, is in direct competition with cable companies. And yet cable companies are able to impose extra fees on people that they pipe internet to for using, or will be able to, for using these services. So this is, the cable companies have a vested interest in keeping you watching cable. So if this isn't a problem, considering trust law, that they can impose extra fees when you use a service that's in direct competition with them, I don't know what is. From End the Lie, 12,000 entries, Google flooded with Europeans' right to forget requests. And in Europe, they are able now to request that their information be wiped from Google. And it sounds like a great idea. And hopefully someday, before too long, we will be able to do that as well. From True Theory for our good news of the day, alternative fuel. Scientists turn algae into usable fuel in less than an hour. Fabulous news. Seems like these alternative energies are just about to break through. And once they do, the people who have used energy to control the world are going to lose control. So may God bless and protect all of us and sustain us until such time as these alternative energies are released and the old oil cabal based on oil money and associated banking will collapse, and we will experience a greater degree of liberty. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and enforce the Bill of Rights.